or mm, we are alive. We are alive. So to cover Monday Night Raw. So wherever your thoughts, either much post your comments and either much tell me how you feel about it. So I have not been doing no Monday Night Raw for the past 2 months because this show is just a dysfunctional Monday Night Raw, and it's just really is. So like I say, I'm gonna put it in chat. So, cause I have been sitting here looking like, cause I have not been doing a Monday Night Raw on TV, and then you already know that Monday Night Raw is a dysfunctional show. And so what I either much see on Monday Night Raw, and then we gonna talk about Cody Rhodes is worth a free agent and he working with a contract, and then we go an announcement to a new report. Cody Rhodes AEW contract expired at the end of 2021, and he has been working without one seeing them. Cody Rhodes is scheduled to make his return to AEW Dynamite on January 19. Ahead of this has been reported that the TNT champion is a free agent. So the news was received by Pfeiffer Select, who noticed that Rose connected expired at the end of the last year. That means that the American Nightmare is now working without a contract himself, has not yet responded to Pfeiffer request from comedy, where AEW office said that they were not willing to discuss a contract with Cody Rhodes, so he is a free agent. So that is strange. And I mean, Cody Rhodes has been winning a whole lot of matches in AEW, is a babyface, and people want Cody Rhodes to turn heel and on Fightful. So like this dude has been booked it as babyface like an anti John Cena in AEW. And we've seen either much Tony Schiavone, and we either much seen and word that Mustafa Ali was requested. Mustafa Ali requested his release. Word had at all types of occasion with Vince McMahon, and then you know that the longest, Mustafa Ali, ever since he either much have been in the company, WWE was never either much gonna push this guy to a high level, and then he could have been doing matches with Kevin Owens, Roman Reigns, Seth Rollins. He could have been doing matches with Cesaro. He could have been doing matches with carrying Cross and Keith Lee, if they would have kept them in the company, and then Mustafa Ali though probably would have won a few matches, but not a lot. But he was never going to be a WWE champion in the company. So that's the reason why you have AEW, you have two companies in the WWE. I mean, two companies, and then you either much have AEW come on Wednesday night, and then you have AEW Rampage come on um Friday night, and then like I told you people before, you know Vince McMahon, he only cares about money. Going to Fox Network and WWE Peacock and either much USA Network, he don't give a damn about or no, he don't give a damn about no tag team division in wrestling, by no women's wrestling. Vince McMahon, though, these WWE women and WWE superstars, they don't mean nothing to him. The only thing what Vince McMahon cares about is his self. He don't give a damn about you. He don't give all he cares about money. Him, Nick Khan, and John Laurinaitis, and Kevin Dunn, all those yes mans around him who work for Vince McMahon, they only there to collect paychecks for Vince McMahon, and then back there writing this crap, this writing curator. So with Vince McMahon though, the only thing, look, I don't have, look, Vince McMahon would never get my support. Bruce would never get my support. Nick Khan, John Laurinaitis, and all those yes men who work for Vince McMahon, they would never be getting my support from me because I don't want to have nothing to do with none of them. So you either much had, you see, Vince is jealous of Tony Khan in AEW, and then Tony Khan has been booking well over there in AEW because all that talent that Nick Khan got over there in AEW, and you gonna say he's not gonna sign everybody. Look, Nick Khan either much got I'm sorry, Tony Khan either much got Matt Hart over there. He got who else I can name that he got over there in that company? Oh, CM Punk, Chris Jericho in that company. He got CM Punk, Chris Jericho in that company, Brian Daniels in that company, Ruby Soho over there in that company. She has been booked at better over there in that company. Tony Khan has did a good job over there booking Ruby Soho, and they put her in the match with Jay Crowder. Jay Crowder is 18-0 down there. I mean, over there in AEW, and Tony Khan has booked her tremendously well, and she has been booked it. She has been proving herself better and better against everyone who she stepped up in the ring with. And then Jay Crowder beat it Ruby Soho and won that TNT TBS title over there in AEW. And then so with Jade Cargill, she's gonna be the one that stay undefeated till you find a strong challenger that who can give her her first loss in AEW. And so me sitting here, I mean, like me sitting here, keep telling you, and like, who is he gonna sell it come to? Disney, and then his show ain't gonna go to Shane McMahon. He probably don't want it because his father-in-law is a piece of shit. His father is a piece of shit, ain't no good. And then it ain't going to Triple H. And then look. Dusty Rhodes made NXT when he was there, but all these people you can name, it was Big E, it was Buddy Murphy, it was Bayley, it was Sasha Banks, it was Charlotte, it was Nia Jax, it was Becky Lynch, it was Alexa Bliss. Then it became Becky. I'm sorry, it became Asuka. She was undefeated down there. This dude turned around and beat it Bayley and Nia Jax, Nikki Cross. She turned around and beat it I mean, she was just in NXT tearing it up down there. She was undefeated as the WWE NXT Championship, and nobody never beat it Asuka down there in NXT. This girl done beat it Ember Moon. I'm gonna tell you this: Nikki Cross, Ember Moon. She beat it up Belly and took the WWE NXT Championship in 2 seconds. Then she turned around and got her rematch, and Asuka was the one that beat it Billy again to regain her title. And they was just building Asuka up as a badass down there in NXT. And then when she came to the main roster, she came the WWE SmackDown Women's Champion in the TLC match, Becky Lynch versus Charlotte and Becky, and that's when Ronda Rousey came out, and when she knocked the ladder over, and then so Becky Ronda Rousey helped it Oscar win the WWE SmackDown Women's Championship. So when she get back, she is gonna be in the Royal Rumble, and how is WWE are gonna be booking her? You can't trust Bruce Picture. He ain't shit either. He just like Vince McMahon, and then and we sitting here looking like, do either much Vince McMahon? You say he loved to bury all his WWE superstars. He would bury Finn Balor because he's a Triple H guy. He would bury Ricochet. They ain't gonna never let him win. And this company is a tornadic WWE. That's what they is, a tornadic company. And you look up these, and then what Triple H did, because he was over there in NXT was doing the right thing. This dude created Keith Lee, he created Keith Lee. This dude was beating Cameron Grimes, Damian Priest, Adam Cole. He beat it Roderick Strong and Kelly O'Reilly and Bobby Fish, and he beat it Damian Priest and Donovan Dakota, and Keith Lee was just getting built up as a monster down there when he was at NXT, and turned around and beat Adam Cole at the Great American Bash. And then when they put Karrion Kross against Keith Lee, they took the NXT championship off of him. And then when you come up to the main roster, they are going Bruce Picture and Vince McMahon, though, did not know what to do with Keith Lee. They done changed his character and turned around and put him as a Bearcat, Keith Lee. And fans was not even much was feeling that. And then here come Vince McMahon, his ass, this old bastard here, he takes Keith Lee and give him his walking papers. That means you out of the door. We can't do nothing with you. And like Karrion Kross, when he came up to the main roster, and he was gonna get buried. And then look, WWE should have just kept Karrion Kross the same way he was. They would have been building him up as a badass, and they would have been building him up as a badass. This dude would have been going up against Roman Reigns. He would have been going up against Seth Rollins. He would have been going up against Drew McIntyre. He would have been going up against Bobby Ashley. He would have been going up against Edge, and he would have been booked it a whole lot better. And Vince McMahon gives him his walking papers and send him his way on out of the door. How pathetic Vince McMahon can be. He don't either much have the mentors. This man ain't smart enough. He don't give a damn about Triple H being his son-in-law. He was the one talked him into marrying his daughter Stephanie McMahon, and he turned around and say, "Oh, he thought then he was gonna take over my company and either much and couldn't either much beat AEW in the rankings." And then with Triple H though, he has been blackballed by Vince McMahon, and Bruce Picture has been stripped away from his powers in NXT. And then look, Triple H didn't want to go up against Tony Khan in AEW in the ratings. I know he didn't, because this dude had worked it so hard of beating, I mean, creating stars. He created Sasha Banks. He created Bayley, Bianca Belair. He created Buddy Murphy. He created Big E. He created Johnny Gargano. He created Adam Cole, Kelly O'Reilly. He created Bobby Fish down there in NXT. And then who ain't no longer with the company no more? Adam Cole ain't no longer with the company. And he's over there in AEW, and you sit up here and Vince McMahon sit up here and got jealous of Triple H because he was bringing in indie wrestlers talented, and then and want to turn around and talk about, oh, we can't have him do great, oh, we can't have him create the superstars. And he come Triple H moved at him from his duties in NXT. I'm telling you, he's jealous of his own father-in-law NXT. He's jealous of Tony Khan AEW, because Tony Khan is way a whole lot better than him. He know how to book a better storyline. He does long-term booking. I mean, he did a whole lot with Kenny Omega over there in AEW. This dude beat it John Moxley twice. He done turn around and beat it Pat and Orange Cassidy. He done turn around and beat it Kristen. He done turn around and beat it been in the ring with Bryan Danielson. And Kenny Omega has been booked it as a heel. And Adam Hangman Page was the one beated him, and you can't make no excuses on that. And you see Jay Fargo. When did Tony Khan have a champion losing on TV? When did Tony Khan had anybody can tell me in the chat? When did Tony Khan either much have any AEW champion losing on television? And then either much is Vince McMahon sell, and you already know he probably gonna give it off to Nick Khan, who don't have no experience. He don't know nothing about no professional wrestling. He just money hungry. He just there to collect paychecks for Vince McMahon. And I told Queen Lady way back in November, I had told her that. And he don't have no experience about wrestling, and Vince McMahon don't want nobody who a McMahon and his family running the company. It ain't Shane McMahon, it ain't Stephanie McMahon, and it sure ain't Triple H. Paul Levesque, he ain't either much married. He married to Stephanie McMahon, but he is not either much a McMahon in the family. And if he do break up with Stephanie, McMahon, he got 2 children to take care of. So with Triple H, that when I get on social media, people want to make up fans. Oh, if Triple H is he buying the company, Ring of Honors, the library, ROH, and take his boy Shawn Michaels with him and get the people who already got released from WWE. I really don't see that happening. I don't see that happening. I really don't see that happening. You in the chat, I appreciate you coming. JYXEW, I appreciate you coming. So, hold on. And let's get in. And let's get into Monday Night Raw. Hold up. Let me get to my results. Hold up. WWE Monday Night Raw was in Tulsa, Oklahoma, BOK Center. Community Jimmy Smith and Corey Gray and Byron Sexton, released by Mike Titties Wrestling Review. So we the Montreal had then a new forever that WWE video lead us into the show. We go live into the BOK Center, and then the commentary welcome us to the show. Raw Women Champion Becky Lynch make her way to the ring, and Becky Lynch is in the ring with a microphone in her hand. Lynch seemed confessed by the boring, but then Becky cheated a breakthrough while Lynch welcomed everyone to the big time. We less than 2 weeks from the Raw Rumble, and then the Raw Women's division has never been hotter. Only one personal responsible for the Becky Lynch. It is so hot that they have stars from the generation past coming back when got leader Mickey James and the Bella Twins. I hope they win the Royal Rumble to face then go at WrestleMania. Lynch making stars look at Doudrop. She giving Doudrop a test of the biggest time, one of the greatest event of the year. No one was CLAMORING Claymore to see Dewdrop get a title match. Dewdrop didn't get herself in a title match. Lynch did it that what she does, she made people better, and then she beat them. And Lynch does give Dewdrop a pop from coming from Scotland and making name for herself. Oh, wait, someone else made the name for her. Lynch calling her do, and say she will never be a champion while she's around. Dewdrop making her way to the ring, and Lynch stars at her as she circled the ring. Dewdrop went to tell Lynch something. Lynch didn't get her anything. Did got herself the title match at the Royal Rumble. If it was really Lynch planning to face her instead of Bianca Belair, then it's the biggest mistake Lynch has ever made. Lynch better stay well out of her way tonight. Lynch say she didn't get Dewdrop a victory last week, and if Dewdrop follows her lead, she have other ones tonight. And we get Bianca Belair music, cut them off, and she come down to the ring. Belair say Lynch thinks she's the greatest, but you can't spell the greatest without the EST. Bianca get in the ring, and the EST chant picks up. Belair say she the EST of WWE for Dewdrop. The only reason Dewdrop is faction Lynch at the Royal Rumble is that Lynch is so scared of her that she interfere. Lynch is just buying time because Ballet is offering and entering the Royal Rumble match. It's the every woman for herself. She has to throw 29 other women over the top rope like she did last year. Then that what she do, and she main event WrestleMania again. Then she pick whoever she want to face for that title, which might be one of the two women in the ring. And Leah Morgan come out. Morgan say to Belair that the may be teaming up tonight, but she offer entering in the Royal Rumble in 2 weeks. She also be the one that win it for that to happen. That means Belair will be one of the 29 women she outlasted on her way to WrestleMania. Now that they all on the same page. Dewdrop started to sing into the microphone. Dewdrop wanted the referee to get out there so she can shut them up herself. They all started to brawl, but then the referee run down and stopped it. This was a pretty duel. May turn you to a promo to kick out the show. If that got you excited about anything coming up, you a better person than me. WWE piping in the crowd noise was as pointed because no one was moving when there were loud cheers. Hardly. And and we and the match kicked off with the tag team match, Raw Women Champion Becky Lynch and Dewdrop versus Bianca Belair and Leah Morgan. Dewdrop started again. Bianca Belair and Belair quickly tightens her, backflips over her, and goes for a superplex. Dewdrop went live her feet and tries to super Belair, Bianca flips through and land on her feet before going to the apron. Belair knocking Doudrop back, but Doudrop quickly runs her over with a shoulder block. Doudrop hit the ropes, but Becky Lynch forced the ball, building a blind tag in Lynch saying she leads them to victory. Belair drop kick Lynch and tag Liv in. Morgan runs wire on Lynch and hit a higher knee in the corner. Lynch receives a whip to the corner, but she runs into a back elbow. Morgan come off the ropes with a missile drop kick. Morgan covered, but break it up. Belair runs in a goes for a KOD on Doudrop, but Dewdrop goes out of it and sends Bella out of the ring. Morgan pulls the middle rope down to get Dewdrop out of the ring. Lynch fights back at Morgan and hit her with a man hammer slam. Lynch covered, but Dewdrop break it up. Dewdrop drag Lynch over to her corner and tag herself in. Dewdrop hits Morgan with a big splash and pick up the victory. Uh, you see, I would like to have seen that title match got a little longer, but it was fine for a while. Less, I am really liking the Dewdrop push right now. Look, if you think Dewdrop is gonna win that WWE Raw Women Championship at the Royal Rumble, it ain't happening. Because the way how WWE writers, creators back there killing writers, they don't know what the hell they doing, and they just be doing these terrible storylines. Look, WWE ain't pushing no Dewdrop, and they ain't got no plans for Dewdrop to win that WWE Raw Women's Championship coming up at the Royal Rumble. And I keep telling you that Becky Lynch is gonna find a way to cheat at the Royal Rumble to retain her WWE Raw Women's Championship and get out of there with it. Because if she do lose the Raw Women's Championship, and I'm hoping that the case, she probably gonna get off in a Women Royal Rumble and try to win the Royal Rumble to get to go to WrestleMania and challenge Doudrop for that Raw Women's Champion. And I do not want to see that because Becky Lynch hasn't done much with that Raw Women's Championship. Because her heel turn this has been a tragedy. And we get Edge and Belle Phoenix backstage with Reginald with the WWE 24/7 champion. Dana Brooke and Reginald asks for a vice on a fact. I mean, Omos and Edge doesn't think he has a chance, but wishing him Lynch in a Reginald walk off. Phoenix put over Dana Brooke for blasting her butt through the years, but Brooke thank her in runs out. I mean, WWE need to end the brand split. The fucking brand split. That's what WWE and you gonna say, oh, WWE don't want to end no brand split because if they do, everybody is not gonna get no title shot opportunity. They do. They need to end the brand split. And I said that last week, and I say it again. WWE need to end the brand split. And I see Wise the Usos is on Monday Night Raw, and I see Seth Rollins is on Friday Night SmackDown. That's what they need to do. End the damn brand split. And then with the 24/7, with WWE is the 24/7 championship, that title need to be vacated. The WWE Tag Team Women Championship needs to be vacated because you don't have no tag teams on your roster because your women roster ain't deep enough. Why you ain't call Indy? I'm sorry. Io Shirai and Raquel Gonzalez and WWE Creator ain't in the business for the women's division. They too greenish. That's what they is, and they too stubborn to push WWE superstars. Vince McMahon, I already know he's scared to push WWE superstars. If that was me, I would have did that with my roster. I would have got Raquel Gonzalez up to the main roster. I would have got in the Io Shirai up to the main roster because the WWE Monday Night Raw, they need bodies on their main roster, and you don't even much have a deep tag team on your roster. WWE United States Champion Damian Priest come up to them and embarrass them. Ed say he loved this different side he seems from Priest, and Priest say he has a rigging side that making him Edge. Priest asking for a advance on the Royal Rumble since Edge has won two of them. Edge tells him to keep doing what he does. Beth Phoenix receive a letter from Maurice to meet her in the ring. A woman to woman. Ed say that sounds fishy, and they walked out. And you know what, with Edge though, I hope that it's the last match between Miz and Maurice and Beth Phoenix because I hope they don't have no. If WWE don't want to do no WrestleMania plans with Edge and have him do something with Damian Priest for the United States champion, that means I don't see WWE doing nothing with him at all. He just there on Monday Night Raw, and you just the Miz getting a W, him and Maurice beating Beth Phoenix and Edge at the Royal Rumble. It really don't mean a damn thing. It really don't. And we get Kevin Owens walk up to Damian Priest. Owens is wearing a tie over his t-shirt. Owens say he looking forward to their match later tonight. Priest cannot believe he looking forward to facing him. Owens say he looking forward to have a good clean match. Owens say he doesn't want to rig size to come out. Owens wants a good clean match. Owens say he has a announcement to make and walked out. So Kevin Owens making his way to the ring. He has Seth freaking Rollins on the KOD show next. Lord have mercy, Jesus. So the KO show was a special guest, Seth Rollins, freaking Rollins. KO welcomed the crowd to the Kevin Owens show. He wishes he could say it was good to be here in Tulsa, Oklahoma, but that would be a value lie. Owens tell them not to get mad at him because he has a hornet's nest man that tells the truth. Owens has a very special guest on the show tonight. Owens is proud to call this man his best friend after this man beated someone he has beaten in a planet of matches, plenty of matches. Owens will be proud to call him the Universal Champion. Owens inducted Seth freaking Rollins to the ring. Seth freaking Rollins coming out in a winded shirt privilege is showing up WWE Universal Champion Roman Reigns having a face-off with Seth freaking Rollins. In Rollins this past Friday on SmackDown, Owens say they should stand up. I mean, Owens put over how good Rollins always look in his suit. Owens say Rollins has a torn of Courage carring people doesn't reals has much gates it's took to get into the lion den of SmackDown to confront Roman Reigns, thinking he the head of the table, but Rollins set the table for him. So Rollins loves what he hear. Owens hit the nail on the head this past Friday. It's got a little tested with him. Then the tribal chief Rollins is shocked and scared. Reigns is shook and scared. Rollins and Reigns took the low road and went after his family before sending him his cousins after him, but the Usos couldn't get the job done. Reigns is planning uh, cheap checkers, where Rollins is planning chase if Reigns keep this up beating him at the Royal Rumble. Will be like talking candy from a baby when he took that title. It turned from the blue to red when he bring it back to their show. Monday Night Raw went confirmation on if Rollins will stay on Raw if he wins the Universal Champion. Rollins say that is true. Rollins say they get ready of Brock Lesnar. Maybe they get rid of Bobby Ashley tonight. So Owens announced his announcement that will change the face of this dynasty. Owens often declared himself as the per prince in the Royal Rumble and made the crowd boos and Rollins celebrate when he wins the Royal Rumble and Rollins beat Reigns for the title that giving the world the biggest main event of all time when Seth freaking Rollins versus Kevin Owens. Rollins like where has his head is at. You know what? Seth Rollins is not the man who is gonna beat uh is going to be beating Roman Reigns for that title because WWE has been booking Roman Reigns is a better heel ever since his alliance with Paul Heyman, and he beat Kevin Owens at the Royal Rumble, beat him at the TLC match, beat Cesaro at Backlash, beat Rey Mysterio, he beat Edge at WWE Money in the Bank, he's beat John Cena at WWE SummerSlam. He has beaten Big E at Survivor Series, WWE Champion versus WWE Universal Champion at Survivor Series, and then he's gonna end up beating Seth Rollins at the Royal Rumble, and you know his cousin is gonna get involved in that match and make sure he regains that WWE Universal Championship at the Royal Rumble and escape with it because you know it's gonna be some fuckery in that match. I'm just telling you because WWE is not planning to take that title off of Roman Reigns right now. The only person who should be beating Roman Reigns for that WWE Universal Championship is Walter. That's who should be beating him for that WWE champion. Because right now, I'm getting so nervous that if you give Bruce Picture and Vince McMahon something great, they are gonna fuck him over. when he come up to the main roster, and have him dressed up as military, have him back there backstage, either much dancing around with the street profit. I do not want to see that. So Seth Rollins ain't winning that WWE Universal Championship. But I'll be surprised if he do, but I don't see it happening. And so WWE United States Champion Damian Priest interrupt then Rollins say if he come in clear to close to the ring, Owens will kick his ass. Priest tell them to shut up and call them dysolutional. No one believe Rollins will beat Roman Reigns in the Royal Rumble. Owens is a Lyra and won't win the Royal Rumble match. If they don't want to see the Damien in him, he better not wake up. Priest just speaking with Adam Pearce and Sonya Deville has a match against Owens is right now. So the Kevin Owens show and Seth freaking Rollins still cannot believe that they actually named the using you signed for him now was super enjoyable, which cites what is was designed to be a job well done by those two. Mm. Let me see who's in the chat. DOM. RD, I mean, yeah. Keep it up. Keep the chat going. So, and we get a non-title match with Kevin Owens versus WWE United States Champion Damian Priest. So they lock up and Owens immediately applies a wrist lock. Hold up. A non-title match: Kevin Owens versus WWE United States Champion Damian Priest. So the lockup, and Owens immediately applies a wrist lock. Priest break out of it and wrenches them arm, and Owens rolls out and applies a side headlock. Priest whoops him over, and Owens shoulder block him and back. Owens send him into the ring ropes, and in Priest turns him inside out with a shoulder block. Priest charging, but Owen drop him over the apron, and Priest kicks him back. But as he gets in the ring, drop kick the knee. Owens attacked it and hit a Suntown splash. Owens applies a chin lock, and Priest fighting up, but Owen chopped the chest. Priest received a whips, but he lowered his head and eat a kick. Owen chopped away at him, and Priest started to get fired up, and Owens tell him to claim down since they haven't in clear match. Priest punches back at him and hit a spin kick. Priest charge over Owens, rolled out of the ring to recover. Priest goes outside and limps out the steps in a super kick from Owens, gets in the ring, and then goes to the apron before hitting a frog splash to the floor. So, commercial break. We come back from the break to see Priest making a comeback. Priest kicked it away at him and hit a spinning forearm. Priest connected with a flapjack before hitting a limping back elbow in the corner. Owens gets out of the breakaway and sent him into the ring post. Priest rebounded with a clothesline that turns on inside out. Priest connected with a breaker away for a near fall. Priest gets Owens to his feet and punches him into the corner. Priest put him on the top rope, but Owens fights him and Priest attempts a superplex, but Owens blocked it. Owens headbutts him a few times to knock him to the canvas. Owens connected with a swanton bomb from a near fall. Owens goes for a stunner, but Priest fights it and goes for the rocking it. Owens goes out of it and hit a pop-up powerbomb for a near fall. Owens goes for a stunner, but Priest blocks it and hit a south of heaven for a near fall. Owens is holding his left hamstring in pain. Priest goes to whip him, but Owens collapses. This referee checks on Owens and calls for a Turin to come over and a trainer to come over and train and check on Owens, but Owens surprised Priest with a stunner for the victory. Priest has not been pinned since the Raw after WrestleMania. Damn. And you have him losing to Kevin Owens, and you've been a United States champion. You has been defeated on TV. Turn around and beat Apollo Crews. Turn around and beat Donovan Dakota in a disqualification match. Dolph Ziggler, and turn around and been undefeated on Monday Night Raw is the United States champion. And I guess Vince McMahon and Bruce Picture, they sitting up there at the career office and then say, oh, let's bury Damian Priest and give him his first loss is United States champion. We can have him undefeated for so long. Y'all pitiful. Both of y'all is assholes. You and Vince McMahon and Bruce Picture, y'all don't give a damn. Y'all don't treat y'all wrestlers, WWE superstars fair, and y'all don't treat y'all women's division fair. All y'all know how to do is bury people. That's all y'all know how to do. And I wouldn't be surprised if WWE superstars would be asking for their release on their way out of the door. And how you feel when you show up to your job and then you is nervous as shit that WWE is gonna be giving you your walking papers. You gonna be on your way out of the door because they doing budget cuts from Nick Khan. How would you feel? And even so, this big shocking, they have beat Damian Priest in a singles match and quit sometimes Certainly. Craziness. Not since he came to WWE. It's the first time he been pinned it all since the Miz pinned him in unwear after WrestleMania. Good staff and a good surprise. Surprise, Lord have mercy. And we get to a replay as show that Apple's Academy defeated RK Bros for the Raw Tag Team Champion last week. I mean, I don't care for that. I just really don't because you know that they're gonna get their rematch at the Royal Randy Orton versus Randy Orton. and Matt Riddle versus the American Alpha Chad Gable and Otis, and you know they gonna end up regaining their Raw Tag Team Championships at the Royal Rumble, and then WWE is gonna break Randy Orton and Matt Riddle up, and this set up a match between Matt Riddle and Randy Orton at WrestleMania. So if Orton is to be the one that put him over, hey, he is a after a while, Matt Riddle, he looking like he's getting built up as a WWE champion. He's a comedy geek, and the fans they love Matt Riddle. So I wouldn't be surprised if Matt Riddle would put him over at WrestleMania. If those two in WWE, you know they good at breaking up tag teams. So let me check right here who you see who in it. So yeah. And we see Sarah Scarborough backstage with Nikki Ash and asking about fantasy. Rhea Ripley last week, Nikki say she's doing well, but Rhea should be mortified of breaking up their team. Scarborough say Nikki is the one that Viciousl victory attack her, but Nikki say Rhea is the one that break up the team. Nikki say, and Tulsa can't look at her as a hero. Sometimes a hero needs to do things people don't understand. Rhea will understand she need a superhero whether she likes it or not. You know what? Though Rhea Ripley don't need no Nikki Ash. I mean, she need to go back to Nikki Cross the way she was. People ain't feeling her gimmick. People ain't feeling the super Nikki Cross. And when she won that won the Money in the Bank briefcase, I wasn't expecting her to win back in July the 18th in 2021. She was never going to be successful as a Raw Women's Champion. And the title went right back to Charlotte when she lost it. And so when Rhea Ripley came up to the WWE main roster, they just really set that girl back from winning the they booked her poorly as a women's championship. They went against Charlotte at Backlash at Money in the Bank, and she supposed to be a badass. She supposed to be in there breaking bitches from left to right, and she supposed to be in there putting people. WWE supposed to be booking her strongly as a Raw Women's Champion, as a babyface ever since she beat it Asuka at WrestleMania. These writers who don't know what they doing because Monday Night Raw has been a dysfunctional show. And tonight they celebrate in the body. Gable could go on talk about himself since has lost. Liz is so long, but tonight is not about tonight. It's about a man who overcome, and all this man is a tree tank in the rank and a great student. Gable is talking about his prize student in a pro team. Otis last week, Otis applies the massive losing and passes his final exam. Otis dismantled the moron of the Arcade Bros and made them Raw Tag Team Champion. Tonight is the extreme honor to present the people an RK Bro chant. Breaking out Gabriel shout out that this is about Otis, and Gabriel say he's giving Otis, who has no last name, that they know of a this Diblin. So Gabriel noticed embracing the ring. Otis say Gabriel has helped him reach his full potential. They can expect free. I mean, CARNAGE pardoning if anyone messes with their titles of Apple Academy. So we had RK Bros interrupt them. Riddle come out a generation regain and flop. Let me see, GRADUATIO and generate RAGALIA raging and flip flop Riddle say he knows he has to come out and make a very surprise speech. Riddle say he right to the speech this morning at the breakfast buffet. Riddle addressed the following graduate. This Tarson is feeling like last week that he and Randy Orton were the Raw Tag Team Champions. They were just a couple of young wild stallions running free. Today is Generation Day, and they are living where change forever. Orton always say that life come at you fast. Mm. And Gabriel asks what he talking about since Riddle wasn't invited here. The people are tossed cannot afford to lose other brain cells, so Riddle need to go away. Riddle say he is proud of those two men with their estimate. Nick Gable asks if what a rematch. Gable doesn't think Riddle can defend the word rematch. Riddle tries and say it's like when you light something up, twist like a candle. Gable say it's no wonder Orton left him high and dry, whereas Orton and Gable say they give them a rematch, but Riddle has to prove his mentality attitude in a Apple Academy challenge. Or Orton looks where Gable say Riddle and Orton will face them in mortality chess on a super risk. Riddle asks if this is like belly madness and unsuited Otis. Man, Otis is ripping off his grove and goes outside the ring, running out of a stun gets in the ring and gives Gabriel a RKO. Riddle attacked Otis and he tried to get back to the ring. Orton put on Otis goon, and so they accepted Gabriel challenging RK Bro, move those Kessler over and celebrate in the ring. A group you fans a segment went after Academy. Otis was pretty good in the with his back impressive. The Academy challenged the priority to enter, but really funny and contending for the worst segment on WWE Raw for 2022. I think there are any in between there. And so, look, you know the Academy ain't dropping their title back to Randy Orton in RK Bro. So I don't care nothing about Chad Gable. I don't care nothing about the segment. Those two is a loose, goons. So they ain't winning those titles at the Royal Rumble. Is a footage is showing of Finn Balor beating Austin Theory last month. Mr. McMahon is watching the match backstage. Austin Theory walks in a thanking him for the rematch. Theory say he beating Balor and almost ended his career after the victory. After the match, watch is almost like a half victory. McMahon say Theory is better, beat Balor on. He beat Theory up. He have Theory dangering back to his office and leaving him in a pool of blood, sweat, and snot. Then McMahon will take a selfie with him, Theory looking worried. I said, look, if that was me, if I lose the match, I will be ready for this. I will beat the hell out of his old ass and bust his head wide open if that was me. Because you see, you really think you would be treating me like that if I lose the Finn Balor. I'll be ready for him. I will kick the door in, beat the hell out of you, your old ass, and bust your ass open. I don't care how long you tall, you dried up is a prune. I'll be ready for your ass. Because Vince McMahon got to be losing his damn mind. And you a 76-year-old man. You don't know how to you have one of the worst creators on television. You don't book no storyline the right way. You ain't trying to build up these WWE superstars. You ain't trying to build up your WWE creators. You ain't trying to build up your WWE superstars. This dude in the chat say um the only SPAMMERS super martyr in the chat. I appreciate you. And said, yep, I appreciate you live in the chat. Because with Austin Theories and Vince McMahon is there's either much teaching him to either much be his mentor. And when he was down in NXT, he was the one helped it. Johnny Gargano ended up winning the championship. He was the one that helped it, Johnny Gargano win the North American Championship on a Halloween night with Johnny Gargano. He helped it. Johnny Gargano win the NXT championship, and then you got Vince McMahon is teaching him to be his mentor. He's subscribing to my channel. Thank you, because I need a whole bunch of support on my channel. So I need support at the Royal Rumble. I need support at WrestleMania. I need support Money in the Bank. I don't know if I'm going to do Money in the Bank or not. And I probably would do a podcast on the Wednesday. I need your support on that too. So, JKANT, J Quanti to one. Oh yeah, and subscribe to my channel. So let me read this. Finn Balor versus Austin Theory. They look up and fit. Balor is blocking kicks from Theory. Balor applies a side headlock to Theory, but Theory whoops him out. Theory whipping him out with a nasty back elbow, then knocking Balor out of the ring. Theory bouncing Balor face off the apron and sending him real spurs into the barricade. Theory shot off of the cameraman to get out of the way, but Balor received a whip into the barricade. Balor then whips out Theory with a side blade on the floor. So when come back from commercial break to see Balor talking is to Theory. Balor chopped the chest and hit a feeling elbow drop for a 2 count. Theory tries to fight back, but Balor flattened him with a signal blade. Theory quickly fights back and stumped him out the ropes. Theory tries to a ATL, but Balor continues into a roll for a near fall. Balor hits a snap kicks that took Theory down. Balor goes to the top ropes and tries for a couple of gas, but Theory moves. Theory connected with the ATL for the win. Oh, him, bro. One thing you can do watch alone screens. I don't know if I can do watch alone screens on the show. So I might try to do watch alone screen, but I don't know. But AEW Dynamite coming up, but I don't do that. But let me read this and put titles like watching the Royal Rumble for free, and then put a link on your Discord on the giving a reception here and showing you the screen for matches on Discord. Yeah, really, yeah. Let me see who is supporting me right now. I'm gonna go back to this. And yeah. It said yeah, cause I'm you see yeah, cause I'm sorry we need support you on that show, and we need support on this show. So, and if I do watch along on my show, I need a whole bunch of people in here if I'm gonna do watch along on my show. Rhea Ripley versus Nikki Ash, WWE Raw Women's Tag Team Champion. Queen Selena Vega and Carmella out to the stage before the match begins. Zelina and Carmella run down Nikki Ash before ripping on Rhea Ripley. Doesn't have the grip to be a champion all on her own. And Nikki attacked Rhea from behind and uh, clubs away at her. The referee tries to regain over since the match has not started yet. Rhea took her down, but Nikki pulls her out of the ring. Nikki goes outside and dives her into the ring step. Nikki smiles broadly and walks off. This match never started. I mean, with Rhea Ripley, I mean, WWE, they just continue to bear Rhea Ripley and Carmella and Selena Vega. They just holding the tag team titles hostage because they don't have a deep tag team on their roster. So WWE can't figure out what to do with these two. So you have Rhea Ripley. It said, bro, people will come after reading the titles. Yeah, WWE need to end. Let me see this. I'm gonna read this. Jaquan tweeted, um, bro, people will come after reading the title. You're right, because WWE need to end the brand split. That's what they need to do. End the brand split. Because they don't have enough deep roster. If WWE, you see the Usos was on Monday Night Raw to tonight, and you see now they over there on SmackDown. They don't have any tag team over there on Friday Night SmackDown, and they roster is just weak. They don't have, but all you got is the Viking Raiders. You either much got I can't think of the other tag team names who was over there. WWE can't strike you on YouTube for that. Oh no, WWE can't strike YouTube over here. So they can't copyright my channel. They can't do nothing. So ever since I have been covering this show on live screen, WWE can't copyright my channel and try to take it down. So yeah, because but you have to stream on Discord. Yeah, Jaquan say, but you have us to stream on Discord. Yeah, and we get Omos versus um and back to Nikki Cross though, to Nikki Cross. I mean, if WWE releases Nikki Cross today, I mean, she would be report. I wouldn't be surprised if AEW be the one that be the one that pick her up. So I wouldn't be surprised if they pick up Nikki as look. Tony Khan can't sign every body to a contract. So I mean, you see, I wouldn't be surprised if Tony Khan go after Tegan Knox, he go after Ember Moon. I wouldn't be surprised if Tony Khan either much go after Keith Lee, go after a Karen Cross. I wouldn't be surprised if he do. I mean, Tony Khan do. Oh, Tony Khan can't sign no everybody over there from WWE. Look what Tony Khan doing over there in AEW. He done when he got Ruby Soho from WWE. She done won the Royal Rumble, and then she either much had won it the Royal Rumble. I'm sorry, she won the Battles Women Rumble and then challenged Britt Baker, and she lost. The only person who should be beaten Britt Baker is Thunder Rose, and Britt Baker probably gonna drop the AEW World her AEW Women's Championship at what did I say? I mean, I don't know if it's gonna be at Revolution pay-per-view. I don't know when she dropping that title because with CM Punk going up against MJF, look, CM Punk's still undefeated over there in AEW. So MJF is the only person that can beat CM Punk and give him his first loss. So let me read this again. And this reason they can't strike you is that you are showing matches on Discord, not YouTube, and they can't put a strike on you for your reception. No, they can't. So if you go to YouTube to a YouTube channel and you can watch along on AEW. So you can either much watch it on let me see what I can say. You can watch WWE pay-per-views on the WWE network. You can watch along on that. But to me though, I'm gonna have to take time to do that. But, that's what I'm gonna have to do. Maurice is in the ring. She say her husband is in here tonight, but he angry to things he shouldn't. She asks Belle Phoenix to come out here to have a women's to woman confession. Belle Phoenix comes out with her husband Edge. They don't trust Maurice. Maurice make a in passing plan to come out the match. Maurice say they come such a long way in Bullet. The women's division could main event WrestleMania because of they shouldn't be fighting. They should be teaming. They kids should be playing together. They should have a coffee after this. They shouldn't be fighting. So Phoenix says she's speaking on behalf of the people of Tulsa when she asked Maurice to shut up. Phoenix say Maurice must have take action classes from her husband because she doesn't believe anything she say. They mixing a tag team match is still on Phoenix. So Phoenix doesn't want to mess any opportunity to ground slam or reach through the cameras. Phoenix say it's time to give Toss a preview of what to come. Phoenix gets in the ring and Maurice looked it nervous. Oh, I see a blank, so Jaquan probably wanted to comment down again, so outside the ring, Maurice attacked it and took him on out. Phoenix turned around and see her husband down. Maurice then hit her in the back of the head with her purse, and Phoenix goes down and hurt Maurice, and Maurice runs out after kissing on the ramp. Maurice took a brick out from her purse. You know what? I mean, The Miz beating Maurice and Edge. I don't care for those two teaming up. And if they don't have no WrestleMania plans for Edge coming up at WrestleMania for Maurice and Edge. I really hope they don't do it because after that, when the Royal Rumble over, where do WWE go from here? Where do they go from here? It said, but make sure not to play those matches on YouTube. Oh yeah, I don't do matches on YouTube. And I do not play matches on here on YouTube because I sure do not need them taking down my channel. So hell no. It's a classic storyline angle with someone getting hit with a load for ringing objects in the case. Maurice had a brick in her priest fans. Stuff. Good setting, but we get to the street parties or backstage talking about the Royal Rumble. Angela Dawkins asking if Montez Ford would threw him over the top rope. The Mysterios come up to them and say they are excited to team with them. They is not worried about the Royal Rumble, but they going to win at and take the Mysterios name back to the main event of WrestleMania. So we get an 8-man tag team match. The Street Profits, Angelo Dawkins and Montez Ford and the Mysterios and Ray and Dominic Mysterio versus the Dirty Dogs and Dolph Ziggler and Robert Roode and Apollo Crews and Commander Aziz. So we get Dominic starting against Dolph Ziggler, knocking him back, but Dominic come back with a running hurricane and Ziggler quickly clothesline him down and tag Robert Roode in. Roode stumped at Donovan and goes for a super, but Donovan knees out Rey Mysterio tagging and hit a um I mean Roode with a hurricane come run, but Ray hit the ropes and hit a head scissor to take over. Rude quickly dropped it Ray on the apron, but Ray knocked him back and goes to the top rope for a dive Hurricane Corona. Rude catches him and nearly drop him, but Ray come back with a Hurricane Corona over the top rope. Ziggler sent Diamond out of the ring. The Street Profits dropkick Cruz and Commander Aziz out of the ring. So when come back from commercial break to see the Dirty Dogs take Ray down, Apollo Cruz tags in and hit a standing moonsault for a 2 count. Cruz signal for and no one is on the apron for Ray and Cruz passing Ray up, but Ray counting into a tornado DDT. Angela Dawkins get on the apron and Ray tags him in. So Dawkins clothesline Cruz and knocking Aziz and Roode out the apron. Dawkins hit a dive elbow on Cruz and Dawkins and hit a Roode and Ziggler with a pair of explosive. Dawkins hit a Cruz with a uh, twist neck breaker, but Aziz gets in the ring and the Mysterios knocking him in drop kick Rude and Ziggler into the ropes. They hit Stereo 619. Diamond goes for a dive and Aziz outside the ring, but Aziz catches him. Ray then took Aziz out with a seed. Sometime Ray took a hard thump on the floor. So in the rain, Dawkins hit a cruise with the Sky High for tag and hit a um requesting fall splash for the win. So the winner by pinfall, the Street Profits and the Mysterio. The Street Profits and the Mysterio celebrating the rain. The Mysterios then dump them over the top rope and smiling Ray then send Donovan over the top rope and tells him to have eyes in the back of his head at all times. So it was a decent 8-man tag team match. I really feels, but it was good feeling. So the privileges, showing from W after the bell. Where's Bobby Ashley talking about Brock Lesnar? Brock Lesnar and Bobby Ashley careers RETROSPECTIVES responsible. Alexa Bliss journey back to Raw continues next. So we get replay or showing of Maurice hitting Beth Phoenix in the neck with a purse loaded with a brick. And we get the Mysterios are walking backstage. They celebrate what they do to Beth Phoenix tonight. Miz say next week is Marie's birthday. Miz is going to throw her a hanger birthday bash. They kiss a passing. Oh, you know Edge and Beth Phoenix, they gonna come out and crash that birthday party next week. So you know they gonna come out and crash that party. Next week. So and Monday Night Raw, tell me how do y'all feel in the chat about Monday Night Raw? Was the show a lackluster show? Was the show is decent? Monday Night Raw was not that bad, but was the show a lackluster show? Tell me how do you feel about it? Because that's the end of my results right there. So and let me get in this chat because Jay Quan sent to me talking about um in a perfect world it looked like this title watching WWE Raw Rumble for obvious free with me and then put a link on your Discord and show your screen there for matches. I might think about doing it, but I might figure it out. But because I usually when I be on watching the WWE Network, I don't put matches on here on my Discord. I don't do that. So, uh, but make sure not to play the matches on YouTube. Oh no, I don't do no matches on YouTube. So I don't need them WWE trying to copyright me and take my video down. So I mean, other ways you can get in trouble. I hope not. So and and the reason they can't strike you is that you are showing matches on Discord, not YouTube, and they can't put a strike on you for your reception. Nope, they can't. So and in the matches, who I really would love to see to win the Royal Rumble, in my five. And you know the Royal Rumble coming up January the 29th. It's coming up this Sunday in St. Louis, Missouri. So and look at my prediction winner of the 2022 WWE Royal Rumble. So I either much have the month of January begin a lot of excitement to WWE fans because we know the Royal Rumble is coming at the end of the month. This week I am going to discuss the five predictor winners of the 22 women Royal Rumble matches. So the women's matches has getting a lot of bet more buzz due to WWE announcements. Some of the surprises appearance are already including the Bella Twins, Leah, Kelly, and the Regain Impact knocking out the knockout world champion Mickey James. Hearing the reference and rivalry wrestle promote on live television was surreal in itself and say there one difference between the men's and the women's seem to be the SmackDown Women Champion Charlotte Flair enter herself into the Royal Rumble. I hope she don't win it. Bailey, they might seem like a long shot, but we've seen several times in the men's Royal Rumble where superstars return from injury early and wins the Rumble match. I think it's a responsible to exceed that Bailey could return for the Royal Rumble match if they want her to win. If you believe the report floating around out there, Bailey timetable put her out of action until mid-February, which will be a few weeks after the Royal Rumble. Below, you can see a Bailey tweets responsible to fans commenting on when her report return will be. Yeah, we just have to wait and see when her music is gonna hit. So you know what? Y'all been up all night. Those who was in the chat with me, I enjoyed your comments on here on my show. So on my show. So I'm gonna say good night. Good night.